Aries, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Aries love reading. In today's reading, we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here at the end of January 2024. Then I'm going to get 3 cards to represent your energy in this connection, Aries. 3 cards for your person and their energy in the connection. And then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get on with it. Let's get one card for what's the mutual point of interest between Aries and their romantic person of interest here at the end of January 2024, please. Let's get one card. Thank you. Let's get 3 for you, Aries. What's going on with Aries as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them here at the end of January 2024? Okay, we'll take you. Get one more for Aries, please. Thank you. All right, let's get 3 for your person. What's going on with your person, Aries? Let's get 3 for what's going on with Aries' romantic person of interest as it relates to Aries and the connection between them at the end of January 2024. Okay. This one is screaming at me. I'm taking it. I knew it flipped around the opposite way in the deck and it stayed sticking out and it was just like yelling at me. So they're getting an extra card here at the end. On the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading, 7 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy of options and choices, but confusion about the options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here. There's a lot of different ways this situation could play itself out. Different things you could choose to do, but this would represent not wanting to pick the wrong cup and not wanting to make a mistake here, but being confused here. This can represent someone has other options than just you, or you have other options than just them. It can represent a lot of different things. It could be someone blowing smoke up your ass trying to confuse the issue, trying to make it so that you can't clearly see what's going on. This could mean a lot of different things. I have the Devil with it. This is Capricorn's major arcana card. This is usually really heavy toxic energy here. This can be addiction. It can be obsession. 7 of Cups can also sometimes represent a person who has clouded judgment because they're intoxicated too much. This could be having a drinking problem, having a drug problem, getting drunk, getting high all the time, obsessively doing that, being an addiction involved with that. It could be something along those lines. This is usually not pleasant energy here. This is like a feeling of being trapped by something, feeling controlled by something, feeling like you can't escape from it. Whether that applies to you or your person, I'm not sure yet. This is kind of just like the overall gist of what this reading is going to talk to me about. Yeah, damn. 7 of Swords. So I've got a 7, the Devil, and then another 7 here. This is Aquarius energy of lying, cheating, stealing, deception, sneaking around behind someone's back, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't be trying to get away with. It's not always what it means. That's the most common thing that it means. Sometimes it can represent self-preservation, as in someone who doesn't want to be hurt, which is why the guy is stealing these 5 swords. He doesn't want to be hurt, doesn't want those swords used against him. It can also represent leaving something behind because he can only carry 5 of the 7 swords. He has to leave 2 of these swords behind, so it can represent that as well. We're not 100% sure, but it's not looking so pleasant. This could be somebody has a drug problem, and then when they have a drug problem, then they do some sneaky, deceptive crap, cheating, lying, whatever that they shouldn't be doing. Could be trying to get away with their drug problem, and it's really controlling things. It can be something along those lines. We'll have to come back to that more as we go along, just to make sure that makes sense for us here. That's the gist of what it looks like this reading is going to talk to me about. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you in some way here at the end of January 2024. That shared energy for you guys is judgment. This is a powerful major arcana card. This represents a final verdict in judgment being passed, like a final decision being made. In a love reading, that's usually one of 2 things. It's either decision A is we're going to call this dead and over with right here and pass judgment on it, or we're going to resurrect it and bring it back from the grave, bring it back to life and transform it in a way that's never going to be the same again. So let's clarify that and see what we can find out. Tell me more about judgment. Why is that a mutual point of interest between Aries and their romantic person of interest here at the end of January 2024? Okay, we got quite a few that flipped over in the deck here. Try and get these out in order. Let's see what we have. Well, normally I get 3 cards to clarify, and I just got 5 here, so we must have something good going on. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. This is she who knows. She sits in front of the veil of consciousness, so she has access to everything, all the information that you and I as humans, we don't have access to. She sees everything. She knows everything. Problem is that she doesn't always come right out and tell us everything. This card in and of itself can mean that there's information that you don't physically have, like you didn't see something, you didn't hear it, you don't have the proof of it, you're just having like intuitive hits about something. She represents the intuition, the unconscious mind. So when there's something that she doesn't outright tell us about, she usually clues us in through intuition, dreams with messages, gut feelings, just like this intuitive knowing about something. Now, both of these cards in and of themselves can represent following some kind of a higher calling, something that has some like deep spiritual meaning to you. Not necessarily feeling that. This is more feeling like there's some powerful decision that needs made, and in some level you're confused about what to do with that, possibly even feeling trapped by that. Maybe that decision or the confusion about what to do, but this is like you already know what you're supposed to do is what this is really feeling like. I'm getting ahead of myself, Aries, but your final card is also the High Priestess, so I'm using 2 decks and I've got it twice already here. Under the High Priestess, I have the 8 of Cups, which is Pisces energy. This is emotionally detaching from something, sometimes physically detaching and walking away from something. The person is walking away from 8 full cups of love, which is more than enough for most people, but this is either one of 2 things. A, it can be someone who has like that grass is greener on the other side of the fence syndrome going on, and they think there might be something better over here, so I got to leave you to go find out if it is better or not. The other thing that it can mean is this person walking away from 8 full cups. They're doing that because they realize there's something better out there for them, and these 8 cups is the best that their person can give to them, and unfortunately that's just not enough. So this is making that difficult decision to walk away from something to go off in search of your 9th and your 10th cup, your own personal happiness, your own wish fulfillment, that happily ever after that we all dream about. This is like choosing to, this feels like intuitively that's what I know I'm supposed to do. That's the decision I'm supposed to make. But there is some sort of confusion here about what's going on. Potentially lying about what's really going on here. Have the King of Pentacles below that. This is either Taurus or Virgo energy. This is usually like a husband type figure, like the stable, committed person that I'm building my life with, or that's building their life around me. It's not always a husband, but pretty frequently it's that kind of a figure, like the person that you're really committed to, or they're supposed to be really committed to you. It's like walking away from them. When I clarify judgment, this final decision that is affecting both of you, I get, like I said, 2 extra cards. I got the Page of Wands, the Chariot, the 6 of Wands, the Fool, and the Queen of Cups. I've got 2 cards moving forward, 2 cards moving backwards, and the 1 card that's left is the Chariot, which is coming straight ahead at you. But this black Sphinx and the white Sphinx represents the dark side, the shadow side, the light side, and how they're facing opposite directions themselves. There's an issue of alignment in this card, and that this is either the fastest energy in the whole tarot deck, or it's every bit as stuck as the Hanged Man and doesn't go anywhere. If the driver's not fully in alignment, where both pieces of him aren't pulling in the same direction, it doesn't move, or worse yet, when it does go forward, the dark side pulls this way, the light side pulls that way, and it tears itself in half. And I've got half of the equation moving into the future, and the other half of the equation is facing the past. Some big decision here. This Page of Wands, pages are messengers, so this is news and messages and communications about passion and desire, passionate messages. This can also be the minor arcana version of the Fool card that we have here. So the Fool is about taking that blind leap of faith. You can see he's just about to just leap off the cliff here. He doesn't need to know what the final outcome is going to be before he takes the first step. He doesn't need to know what all the steps are before he takes the first step or how it's going to work. He just takes that leap off the cliff and he worries about growing wings on his way down. He like figures it out as he goes along. Page of Wands is a little more toned down version of that kind of an energy. This isn't throwing caution to the wind like the Fool does. This is someone who has the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something there's a passion or a desire for. Like I said, the Chariot, there's some misalignment here. There's some, this can also represent like the will to overcome obstacles and the will to overcome problems or challenges or things that are in the way. It's like getting through that through will alone and being able to move forward successfully. This next card is also moving forward. It's kind of like a toned down version of this card. This is about like forward movement and success and victory. But this is also a card of recognition. This is Leo energy. The Six of Wands is like recognition about something, whether that's you recognizing something about yourself or about your person or about the connection. You're recognizing something, and the thing that's being recognized either causes or allows forward movement to happen. Like I said, there's the Fool again, which is like taking that blind leap of faith. This can sometimes represent like foolish behavior, taking unnecessary risks, like taking risks outside of the connection. Central to the whole thing is this idea of recognition. Final clarifier here is the Queen of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This is someone who has a lot of love and emotions and wants to give that love and emotions. It's the most intuitive queen in the deck. I've got the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups here. These are probably the most intuitive cards in the whole deck. So your intuition is talking to you. Your feelings are talking to you. There's an element here of you having been hurt. She's the only character that has a lid on top of her cup, and she's doing that as a way to protect her cup, to protect her emotions from getting contaminated. What she really wants is to take the lid off and to pour herself, to pour her love and emotions into someone. But she is guarded. Being guarded and having the Fool energy is a confusing thing. Those two things don't seem to fit together, which neither does the two forward moving cards and the two backward moving cards. This one, I will freely admit, is not making 100% sense to me right now. That's the shared energy that's affecting the two of you here in January, or the end of January 2024. We'll probably have to come back to this as I go through your energy, Aries, because then I'll be able to see more clearly how it relates to you, and I'll probably figure more out. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy for the same reason. So your energy in this connection for the end of January 2024, Aries, King of Wands. Central to your energy is the Fool, and your final card is the High Priestess. King of Wands, this is either Leo or Sagittarius energy. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows what they want. They go after what they want. They don't usually take no for an answer. Fits pretty well in line with these two cards right here. I do have two wand cards out here. Judgment itself is a fire energy. We got a lot of fire on your person's side. You might be dealing with the fire sign. You might be dealing with the Leo. You might be dealing with the Sagittarius. You could be dealing with another Aries. I do have two Aries cards in their energy. You could literally be dealing with any sign. It's a collective reading, so it's going to be almost impossible for me to tell exactly who you are dealing with as an individual person, because I'm not tapping into your individual energy as an individual person. I'm tapping into collective energy of a large group of Aries people right here. So I'm just going to continue to call out the signs as they prominently stick out to me, just in case they have any meaning to you. But this is definitely Leo or Sagittarius. This is about going after what you want. Now, this is also the pinnacle of the wand suit. The wand is the phallic symbol of the deck, so it represents passion, desire, sexual energy, sex, things of that nature. We could be dealing with somebody that's driven and motivated in the general sense and in the sexual sense. I do have the devil underneath here. It might be a little bit, they got some desires that are out of control. Let me clarify this for you. I know this, the first card for a person is always the most important for them. Even though it's in your energy, doesn't mean that I'm talking about you here. It could just as easily be your person showing up over here because what they're doing is affecting you. So we'll have to see. Tell me about this King of Wands, please. I got one flip. Okay. Bottom of the deck. 10 of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. This is a heavy burden that's being carried here. It is a 10. 10s are completion cards. This would represent the completion of a heavy burden. At least it should be the spot where this burden can be laid down and you can move forward without it. Except that's not what's happening. We're regressing. We're going from the 10 of Wands to the 9 of Wands, which again is Sagittarius energy. This is a card of being like walled off and defensive. It's also a card of healing, though. This is the wounded warrior. He's been hurt, got a bandage on his head. He's built this wall around himself as a way to protect himself from getting hurt again. He doesn't want to continue to get hurt or get hurt again because he's trying to heal. He's trying to get his energy right to move forward to the next step in his journey, which would be reaching the completion and, you know, laying the load down. But we're going backwards here. This is a defense mechanism for someone. So this would indicate that you've been hurt. Could also indicate that there is some barrier in your way. It could even indicate that you've built a defense mechanism that you feel is protecting you, but it's actually not protecting you. Not 100% sure again what that is trying to tell me. What I'm really feeling is like going backwards some. And then I have another energy here behind that, which is like rushing backwards, like rushing to the off the left side of the card, which would be to the past. So this is like a very fast moving energy. It's the fastest knight in the deck. It's about rushing forward and speaking the truth on something, or rushing forward and taking some rapid, like decisive action on something. This is typically in line with kind of like the Fool type of an energy here, where this is not someone who usually needs to think things through first or read the instruction manual first. They just rush in and they do it without thinking, and they don't think about it until they're already gone and it's over with. This is feeling like very decisive energy, but it feels like it's going the wrong direction for some reason. I have 2 of Swords behind that. This is Aries, or excuse me, Libra energy. 2s are decisions or choices. This is a decision that needs made, only it's not being made for some reason. There's a blindfold on the card. Sometimes that blindfold represents there's not enough information to make the decision. There's something you don't see. But with that High Priestess and High Priestess again in your energy, it could be saying that there's something that you don't have the physical evidence to support. This can also indicate that what your intuition is telling you is not what you want to be true, which would indicate that the blinders are being left on purpose because there's something that you don't want to see. It could represent that. It's very strange having this decisive, I'm taking the action without thinking about it, and then a decision comes after that. Unless they did something really stupid, really abruptly to hurt you, and now you're stuck with a decision and you don't know what to do about it. Another blindfold again. I'm getting the strong impression that there's gaps in your knowledge. There's gaps in, what you know and versus what you don't know. You don't know what to do, and you're afraid of making a mistake when it comes to either being united and celebrating, or reunited and celebrating. Or when it comes to 3 cups of love being in the picture, I'm still not 100% clear on that. When I clarify this King of Wands, 10 of Swords, Ace of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords is Gemini energy. This is a swift ending to something. Sometimes it's a swift, painful ending. Sometimes it's an ending in betrayal, hence the swords in their back. Sometimes it's an ending that you didn't see coming, hence the swords being in your back where you didn't see it coming from. No matter what, this is an ending to something. Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning in love and emotions. New opportunity for something that brings emotional happiness and fulfillment. A lot of times this would represent a beginning of a new relationship on some level. Very hard to imagine how you can have both of these things at the same time here. What this is feeling like is we got a King of Wands who is very probably not in control of the wand, and more like the wand is in control of him, especially if he does something to make himself intoxicated or not in his fully conscious mind, probably doing some sneaky deceptive stuff and lying about it, and that could cause an ending here because there's a new cup of love in the picture. Looks like we got somebody that's juggling more than one person here. This is Capricorn energy of the 2 of Pentacles. Again, it's a 2, it's a choice. This is like weighing the options, looking at the pros and cons on some physical things that I have to choose between, and I can't have both, and I have to pick one, but I'm off balance about which one to pick, and I'm back and forth about it. This is a card of balance, but it's more about like trying to maintain your balance or trying to get it back once it's been thrown off. And it looks like it's been thrown off by a new cup of love. This could be someone who's juggling 2 people, and it could be that this ending in this new cup of love has thrown you off balance. I mean, the water all wavy in the background's like rough, choppy emotions here and off balance physically. 8 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is the card of work. Putting in the work, the time, effort, and energy on something, or at the very least being willing to put in the work, time, effort, and energy on something. This is almost like, do I or don't I put the work in on this anymore? Can we or can we not work this out? Which goes in line with this judgment, this decision here. And it even goes in line with 2 forward moving and 2 backward moving energies, and that back and forth struggle between which way am I going to go here, and this, which way am I going to go here. Central to your energy, Aries, is the Fool. Card 0 of the Major Arcana, first card of the whole tarot deck. Already have it out here in the shared energy. That's an energy of either screw it, I'm going to go for it and we'll figure it out as we move along, or this is an energy of someone who's displaying foolish behavior, taking risks that are unnecessary, probably in the wand area of things, possibly in the alcohol or drugs area of things, or both. Tell me about this Fool card. Why is that central to Aries energy here in the January? Thank you. Let me just double check and make sure nothing else flipped. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles, Virgo or Taurus energy. Again, this usually represents like a husband type of a figure here, like the person that you're building your world with, living with, and death to that. This is Scorpio's Major Arcana card. It's an ending to something. This is something dying and either being replaced or reborn in a different way. It's usually a very painful transition period, a very painful transformation process, where something's coming to an end related to husband type of an energy here. And then High Priestess behind that. Again, she who knows. This is your intuition telling you something. Something related to being emotionally detached or emotionally detaching, walking away. This is almost like you know that they have this grass is greener on the other side of the fence thing going on, or they started acting funny and they started acting emotionally detached and emotionally distant from you, and that made you feel like, okay, something's bad wrong here. This could totally be a case like deep down you know what they're doing and what kind of risky behavior they're engaged in, and you don't have the facts to support it, and when you try and talk to them about it, they lie. It could totally be that. Okay, I want you to see this card too then. Three of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. This is teamwork and collaboration. At least it's supposed to be. In a standard tarot deck like this one, there's three people together working together on this card. Actually, I can show it to you. It's already here in your energy. But here there's only one person. This would indicate that there's supposed to be teamwork and collaboration, but you're here by yourself building what we are supposed to be building together, or they're off by themselves building something without you. One of the two. Yeah, looks like we are in a commitment here. The Hierophant, this is like a marriage card. This is commitment, being in a committed relationship, taking it to the next level, like engagements, marriage. And behind that I have, oh shit, the Empress, the birth of something new. Five of Swords, betrayal. Three of Swords, heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. Son of a... Wheel of Fortune, some game-changing thing here, some turn of events that takes everything a whole different direction. This can even represent some sort of a cycle that kind of repeats, as if maybe this isn't the first time they've done something like this. When I clarify this Fool, I get the Four of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Four of Swords is Libra energy. This is taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. It's like choosing to go inside yourself to calm your mind and calm your thoughts. The Fours are about stability and Swords are about thoughts and the mind. So this would be like calming your mind, stabilizing your thoughts, stabilizing your mind. Like taking a break, trying to figure out what to do here. It is a card of healing, which again would indicate that there has been some level of hurt. It's sitting right beside the Ten of Swords, so yeah, there's definitely some level of hurt here, trying to figure out what to do about the ending and a new beginning, trying to figure out what this Fool represents here, what's your intuition telling you versus what do you factually know. Three of Pentacles, like I said, this is Capricorn energy, teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something. Typically you're building the Ten of Pentacles with this, which is like combined together lives, living together, being married, building a life together physically. But there's Ace of Cups tied to this idea of we're building something together. And there's a new beginning and emotions tied to it. And the column, the top of the column that I'm in right now is the Fool, which is literally the beginning of the whole tarot deck. So there's definitely a new beginning here. Six of Pentacles, this is Taurus energy. This is a card of balance. It's sitting right beside another card of balance, but this one's about balance is off and we're trying to get balance back, or we're trying not to lose the balance. And here we have balance. This can represent the balance, that it's equal give and take type of a connection. But it can just as easily represent the Merchant, as in your person giving to two people at the same time. Which this can, like I said, represent juggling two people at the same time. Final card in your energy, Aries, is the High Priestess. Again, this is she who knows. This is your intuition, your gut feelings. This is your internal knowing telling you something. Tell me about the High Priestess. Why is that in Aries energy here at the end of January 2024? You saw me turn that right side up. I don't read reversals, so I just automatically turn them right side up unless my intuition screams at me that I'm not supposed to for some reason. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. Again, Sagittarius energy. We've seen this a few times. This is that heavy burden that you're carrying. I'm wondering what that has to do with your intuition. It's like what your intuition is telling you, what you feel is going on is burdensome because you don't want that to be the case. I'm not sure. or if you're burdened because your intuition's telling you something and maybe you don't have the actual facts to support it. Not 100% sure. I guess it's not really important that I know what that refers to, as long as you can take something out of that. Could be that the burden is directly related to a decision that needs to be made. There's that Two of Swords again, Libra energy, a decision that needs made but hasn't been made, either because there's not enough info or because someone doesn't want to see something. Maybe it's not even your decision. I don't know that that's the case, though. Like, twos represent decisions. The High Priestess, what I'm clarifying, is the two of the major arcana, so she rules over the twos of the four suits. We've got the Two of Pentacles out here, and we've seen the Two of Swords twice. So you're burdened by some sort of decision here. The shared energy is the final decision. And it feels like your intuition is telling you what to do, but for some reason either you're not trusting it, or you're not listening to it, or it's saying something that goes against what you want to be true, and it's like hard to justify that and balance that out and reconcile that. To clarify the High Priestess, I got the Three of Wands, the World, and the Queen of Swords. Three of Wands is Aries energy. This is an energy of being at the beginning stages of manifesting what it is that you want. The card before this, the Two of Wands, is that decision point. It's that fork in the road, like which path leads me to the world that I really want, and which path do I leave behind? Well, here in this energy, you've made that choice. It looks to me like the only card that doesn't have anything with it in a row is work. Like, you want to put the work in on it, but you're confused about what to do. And there's two different pieces of you pulling in different directions. And the piece that wants to pour the love into this is guarded because you've been hurt. This would be like, I know what I want, and I've already chosen that path, and I've already started taking steps down that path, taking actions to like try to manifest the thing that I want. And I believe that's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet, and I'm kind of waiting on that to arrive. This is that waiting type of an energy with that positive expectancy behind it usually. Except that intuition is giving you something to think about while you wait. And it looks like ending is what you're thinking about, or it has something to do with it, because the next card is the World, which is the final card of the major arcana. We've got the Fool out here in your energy. We've got the Fool out here in the shared energy, the beginning, the end. This is like the full cycle from beginning to end. This card represents the ending of one cycle, and at the same time, the beginning of the next cycle, where you start over as the Fool again. There's it's the ending of a cycle, and what it's sitting next to is teamwork and collaboration of you guys working together as equals. And then there's a new beginning in love and emotion. So this is a beginning and an ending at the same time. And it's like, this is looking like new cup gets involved during a time when we're working together and building something together. And that brings an end to that. Final card to clarify this High Priestess is the Queen of Swords. I've said already a couple times, this is she who knows, like period, she knows everything. This is she who knows the truth. It's Libra energy, but the reason she holds her hand out like that is because she's fair. She knows what happened, but she's just going to give you the chance to tell your side of the story. Speak your truth to me. But if the truth that gets spoken to her doesn't match the truth she knows already, she cuts their head off with the sword. So she's about speaking the truth on something. She's also about cutting off the things or the people that aren't in your best interest anymore. So I've got two cards. This would represent an ending. This would represent a severing. This is usually like the severing of a relationship after I called you out on something and you lied to me. And with this overall energy of being like there's options and choices involved, and potentially someone blowing a smoke screen to cloud what's really going on so that you can't see it, or trying to keep you emotionally confused. It's like, I see this a lot, especially in personal readings where the person I'm reading for has the High Priestess once or twice. Like, they know. They know internally what's going on, but someone is trying to confuse them and make them doubt themselves and no, you know you've got it all wrong, like, and you don't have any facts to support it, so it's easy to get confused in that, especially when you've got somebody with devil energy and the Seven of Swords lying to you and trying to cloud things. This is looking not good here. Like I said, the only card that doesn't have a complete row, nothing to go with it, is this idea of working on it or being willing to work on it. That's your energy in this connection for the end of January 2024, Aries. I'm going to get some more room and take a look at your person's energy here. In their energy, they have the Star as their first card. Central to their energy, Page of Wands. And the last card, we got two for them. We have the Six of Wands and we have the Three of Wands again. Well, two of their cards I have out here in the shared energy. One of their cards is over here in your energy, right beside your intuition. The Star is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. Sometimes it's a card of wish fulfillment, divine guidance. Sometimes in a love reading, this card can indicate that this person feels like you're the one for them. This is the card, though, that comes immediately after the Tower in the sequence of the Major Arcana. So you don't make it to the Star without a Tower happening first, without something important coming crashing down all around. Like, when that happens and nothing's the same as it was the day before that, it's really hard to see the path moving forward from that. This is the guiding light from the universe that shows up to light the way for them so that they can see the path moving forward. This is where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. This could indicate that they have some sort of a hope about the judgment here. This could be like them wanting to resurrect things and having hope that that's what's going to happen. I got to clarify that. That could also just represent your hope showing up first for them because that's somehow important to them. Tell me about the Star. Why is the Star here for Aries romantic person of interest? There's a lot going on here. All these cards are like separating all at once. That felt really unstable, like everything was going to come out all at once. But I only got three, just like I should have. Bottom of the deck, Death. Scorpio's Major Arcana card. This is an ending to something. They have hope and related to an ending. This is something dying so it can be reborn again. Part of judgment can be like resurrection and rebirth of something that's dead. King of Pentacles under that, Virgo or Taurus energy. This is like husband figure type energy or stable committed person that is building their life with you. And Seven of Wands. This is Leo energy of defensiveness. This is like defending their position on something, defending their stance on something, defending against accusations of some kind, like being willing to fight for what it is that they believe in or what they desire, or fight for what they want, fight for this connection, fight for being a husband. Five of Cups behind that, more Scorpio energy. This fives are conflict and change. This is some sort of an emotional conflict, an emotional change. Like they're focused on these 3 cups that have been spilled and the loss of something emotionally important to them. 3 cups would represent like being together, being united and celebrating, and that's spilled out, but there is still 2 upright cups in the background that can represent that there's still a connection that they feel. Now their focus isn't in the right spot. They're focused on what they've lost and they're feeling the loss, and they're focused on something that's missing and they're feeling that gap. This can represent remorse and regrets about something that they did and wanting to fight for it. Or maybe they're, yeah, it totally looks like that. When I clarify the Star, this idea of healing, I get the 8 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. Yeah, this looks very much like grass is greener on the other side of the fence now. I had options, and I can't shake the idea that there was some sort of a problem tied to those options, some toxic something or other tied to these options. This is feeling like alcoholism, drug problem, problem with partying and lying and having bad judgment, because judgment wasn't being controlled by their mind as much as it was whatever this toxic stuff is under the surface. This is looking like grass is greener on the other side of the fence. I gotta go find out. And now here I am in this Nine of Pentacles energy, Virgo energy of being single. This is like being independent, being self-sufficient, taking care of myself, not needing someone else to take care of me physically or financially. This is about being independent and by myself physically, or at the very least presenting myself in the physical world as if I'm single. Whether or not I am doesn't really come out in that as much as it is, yep, grass is greener, I want to be single. And now that I got single, now I'm having all this hope that things can be healed, because now here I am in this Six of Cups energy, Scorpio energy of the past. I feel like I've said Scorpio a whole lot since I got over here. This is thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of you. Can represent something from the past making another lap through, someone from the past making another lap through. If they did something that caused an ending to this relationship and they decided to move on and become single, you would qualify as person from the past. This hope, I would hope that their hope is like about, like, maybe I can get the past back with you. Maybe we can resurrect this, and there's even this two energies moving into the future and two energies going to the past. That could be they want to move it forward with you, and you're still looking at what happened in the past and like, nah, could represent that. This could represent some other person that they have some kind of a history with came into the picture, and that's why they detached and tried to become single, because they had hope that something can be healed with this person from their past. I'm not 100% sure. Your person is slightly confusing here. Central to their energies, Page of Wands, which we have as the first clarifier in the shared energy. Again, this is like passionate messages about passion and desire. This is a person who has the willingness to take the first steps down a brand new path towards something there's passion and desire for, which is kind of what goes on in this Eight of Cups, like the willingness to walk away from what I have to go down a new path toward my own happiness and my own wish fulfillment, my own happily ever after. Tell me about this Page of Wands. Why is that central to the energy for Aries person? I saw the Five of Pentacles show itself, but go back in, and instead I get the Five of Wands. It's weird when I'm shuffling for them. It feels like a bunch of stuff is going to come out all at once. I get a bunch like flip over and go right back in the deck without coming out, and then I end up with 3 cards just like I'm supposed to. But it feels like there's more in there. Something else is going on. Ten of Wands on the bottom, Sagittarius energy. We've seen this on the bottom a lot. A heavy burden being carried here. Eight of Swords, Gemini energy. This is like being stuck in their head about something, grinding on it over and over again, and not being sure what the safe move to make is. Like, they're blindfolded. They don't have all the answers here, and they're not sure what to do, and they're feeling stuck and trapped and blocked, and they can't quite shut their mind off about this burden that they have. Two of Swords, Libra energy. Again, this is a decision that needs made, and it's not being made. Now, I saw this on your side several times, and it could be that you don't have the decision. It's their decision, and that's why it's showing up over here again. But it looks like by the end of this, you made a decision, except for the fact that there's this idea of working on it still left over. This is almost feeling now like you made a decision that you're second guessing now. And it's like, it's almost like they're burdened because they don't have the ability to make the decision. I don't know how to make it. I don't know what to make of this. When I clarify this either passionate messages or being willing to take this first step on something. I get the 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. All three of these energies are descending. They're going backwards. 5, 4, 2. 5 of Wands is Leo energy. Again, 5s are conflict. 5s are change. This is a conflict in desires, like an internal conflict where a piece of them wants one thing and another piece of them wants this other thing, and they're conflicted about it. They're torn between these two things. They're playing tug of war inside of their desires about what do they actually want. That's tied to the detaching and walking away. 4 of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. It's like one hand, I want to move forward and take this first step toward this new thing that I have passion for. But then there's this other piece of them that wants to hold on tightly to you. But also there's a piece of them that wants to hold on tightly to being independent and on their own and like physically single. 2 of Cups is the last clarifier for this Page of Wands. Cancer energy. Again, it's a 2. It's a choice. It's a decision about the connection here. This could be a decision about the connection with you. This could be a decision between 2 cups about which do I want. And I want to hold on. And I also want to go down a new path here. And I've got this 6 of Cups that sits right beside the 2 of Cups, which is something or someone from the past. It could be that they want to hold on to the connection with you because they're doing a lot of reminiscing right now, but they're conflicted and still have this other thing they want to move toward. They still want to like be single, or at least be able to act as if they're single in the physical world. Wouldn't be the first time I saw some stupid shit like that where it's like, well, can't I just have you and the side chick at the same time and we'll all just pretend? Like, I do have their final card here is 2. We got the 6 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. So again, it's like it's going backwards, 6 to 3. It's like half, like it's cut in half. 6 of Wands, Leo energy. This is recognition about something, and the thing that's being recognized allows or causes forward movement. And with that, we have the 3 of Wands, which we've already seen in your energy over here tied to your High Priestess. It's like waiting on something. It's like, I know what I want. I've already chosen what I want. I already started taking steps down the path toward the thing I want, and I expect that I'm going to get what I want. It just hasn't materialized yet. I don't have it yet, and I'm waiting on it to get here. This seems conflicted as hell. Like, I want to heal this, but I also want to take the first step down a new path. And I'm recognizing something that allows forward movement, but there's some reason why I'm waiting. I'm detached and conflicted. I want to be single, but I want to hold on at the same time. And this person has got some issues here, and I'm not sure what the hell their problem is. What's going on with this person? Why have we got the 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands in their energy, please? Get one more for that, please. We got more than one, I know that. Felt like another one was in here. Nope. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Swords, Gemini energy. Again, stuck in their head, grinding on something over and over again, like repeating loop. Can't shut their head off, but they don't know what the safe move to make is here. They don't want to make a mistake. Now this waiting and recognition being together could be them waiting on you to recognize something. I'm not 100% sure. Let's have that same recognition here. and a willingness to overcome, but then there's also two energies moving backwards here, like foolish behavior moving backwards. Yeah, they're burdened by not knowing what to do. They're burdened by being stuck in their head. A lot of times this will be like a self-imposed mental prison where like the situation's not as bad as a person thinks it is, but the way they're thinking about it repeatedly is making it worse than it actually is and making it really burdensome. 9 of Swords, more Gemini energy. Now we got energy escalating in like their desire, their passion level, their desire is going down, their drive is going down. But the Swords, the thought energy is escalating. It's getting worse. This is not a pleasant energy to be in. 9 of Swords is even worse. This is mental anguish. This is not just thinking about something over and over. It's doing it with all this fear and worry and anxiety behind what they're thinking about, and doing that to the point that it stresses them out. Like they have their eyes covered with their hands because like here they can't see what's going on. Here they don't want to look at it. They're afraid to face it. I'm not understanding this person. Like, I'm not understanding them. Like, they don't make sense. When I clarify this 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, I get the Emperor, 9 of Wands, King of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. The Emperor is the Aries major arcana card. This is about taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation. This is a master manifester in the sense of they have everything they need to put together a plan to get what they want and then execute the plan to get what they want. This is about like structure and control and expansion. Stability. But this is not. This must be referencing you. Like they're waiting on you to recognize something. Waiting on recognition or maybe victory and being able to move forward in victory and waiting on that from you on some end. But I don't understand why you're tied to this internal conflict. I don't understand if this Aries Emperor energy is about your person. Like those don't really fit together. The Emperor is usually very clear on what he wants and has a good plan to get it and executes it and takes control of something. And this is like internally conflicted. That does not make sense. Next I have the 9 of Wands again, which is Sagittarius energy. Still, I have a lot of fire out here still. This is, again, being walled off and defensive. This could be, like, one of the things about the Emperor, part of the way he takes control is he sets the boundaries. He puts the barriers in place. He decides where the lines are and how shit's going to work. And this could be they're putting up barriers between the two of you, but then trying to hold on to you at the same time. This could be they're trying to put walls in your way to try to hold on to you, yet be single at the same time. You see what I mean? Like, they don't make any damn sense. It's like two conflicting sides of the story here. King of Cups is next. This is either Pisces or Scorpio energy. This is someone who has a lot of love and emotions. Probably a lot of love and emotions for you, although they probably don't express that. The King of Cups does not wear his heart on his sleeve. He doesn't publicly broadcast how he feels about something, whether good or bad. Like, even the rough, choppy water around him, you just don't know because he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't express it. He keeps that poker face on. And this column is strange, though. There's someone from all cups, someone from the past, some sort of a choice about the connection, and having all this emotions that I don't talk about. The final card to clarify this is the 5 of Pentacles. Taurus energy. Again, 5s are conflict. 5s are change. This is an abandonment. It's being cast aside, left out in the cold, broken up with, like walked away from. This is a breakup type of an energy. And this is also strange. Your first column of cards is the one that had an extra card for you. the Eight of Pentacles. Their last column of cards is the one that had an extra card for them, the Five of Pentacles. So there's like working on it on your side, like being willing to work on it at the minimum. And on their side, we have either like complete financial loss and collapse, or we have this breakup type of an energy, like working together or working on it and walking away from it and breaking up. That seems like the decision that's here in front of you. There is some element of confusion for you, Aries, either emotional confusion because you still have a lot of love and emotions for this person, and there's a part of you moving forward and a part of you still aimed at them in the past, and this could just as easily be them blowing smoke up your ass and lying to you. Like, it's hard to tell what in the hell is going on with this person because they're so all over the place. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Aries love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in another video.